Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a love oracle for today. Today is Tuesday. It is April 28th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. Y'all know I love this deck, but I don't use it as often as I used to. It's the Love Oracle deck by Simplistic Mystic. You can find this at simplisticmystic.com. They sell it on Etsy. They sell it on Amazon. People sell it on eBay. I have 3 copies. Yes, I have a problem. I have a flippin' problem. We got 2 on the table, 3 on the table. You know what's funny is I've been thinking about using this deck for a while. We got 4 on the table. Let me get these in order. This is interesting. 2 more shuffles. Five on the table. Last shuffle. This isn't really a love reading, but I mean, I guess there could be a love in there somewhere. Six with bottom of the deck. We've got music, party, intuition, legal matters, roll the dice, and bottom of the deck is text message. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. So when these first 4 cards fell out, because they fell out in the first shuffle, somebody's going to go to a party just for the entertainment value. Like somebody wants to listen to music, hang out. If it's like somebody's house party, like they want to go there, talk to people, maybe their friends are going to be there, they want to listen to music. If this is more of like an event, like a gala, like an event kind of thing, somebody just probably wants to go to get out of the house, listen to the music. Something about music, like going to listen for music. Here's the deal. Somebody really needs to use their intuition, because something is going to happen at this party that's going to lead to some type of legal action. And I'm telling you, if this resonates for you, like you're going to a party this weekend, or again, you're going to some type of event, most people hearing this message are going to roll the dice and go, right? They're going to be like, oh, Kim, like she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, I'm just going to go see what happens. And that's fine. I'm not saying that this would necessarily pertain to you. You could go to a party, just like I said, for the entertainment value, but something could happen to someone else there. And if you're there, you could be like an eyewitness, something like that. Or you could just hear about it after the fact and you were like, oh shit, I was there. Like that could have happened to me, kind of thing. Like let's say, and this is just an example, but like let's say you go to the party, it's somebody's house, You meet one of your friends there, you're listening to music, you have a few drinks, you have a few hors d'oeuvres, whatever, snacks, whatever. You call it a night, right? You leave. You're like, yeah, it's 11:30 midnight. Like I'm getting out of here. Like I'm sober, or I'm calling a cab, or like you're gone. You're out the door, and you get a text message like the next morning, the next day, saying, "Hey, Stacy, um, I know you weren't there. I know you left, but just to let you know, um, a couple of the cars that were parked out on the street, they got robbed while everybody was in at the party. Maybe check your car, make sure everything's fine. Um, they arrested someone. They just wanted us to alert everybody that was at the party. Like, something's gonna happen, right? I can give you another scenario. You go to this party, you hang out, you leave. Your friend texts you the next day and says, "Yeah, a woman got assaulted in the bathroom. Did you see anything? Did you hear anything?" The police are asking for eyewitnesses, for details. Like, did you notice anybody? It literally could be anything. It just gives the vibes of like somebody going to a party and something's going to happen where it leads to some type of legal action. I'm like spitting all over the place. I don't know what the deal is. It's like I got more than snake holes on my face. I got holes all over the place. Okay, I gotta stop. This says justice, divorce, balance, judgment. I mean, legal matters is anything. You could sue somebody, you could be being sued. Could be a medical lawsuit. I mean, literally could be anything. And again, I don't think most people are going to go and it's going to happen to them. There's going to be something about like hearing about it later. Like, hey, you left the party and then, someone got, something like that. Like something's going to happen after the fact and then you're going to hear about it and it's going to be like, oh, shit. Like, I'm glad I left. Like, I'm glad I got out of there. I'm glad I'm okay. Oh, pardon me. I'm saying use your intuition. Like, if you get invited and you have that feeling like, oh, I just shouldn't go. If you're like making up excuses to yourself, like, oh, I don't have the right dress, I just shouldn't go, or oh, like, how am I gonna go there and then do this and then do that? If you keep getting the feeling like you're not supposed to be somewhere, then don't go. That is literally your intuition. That is God. That is your ancestors, your dearly departed loved ones, your angels literally telling you, hey, dummy, don't go. Do you know how many times when I was younger I ignored that? Do you know how many times I ignored that? Oh my gosh. Pardon me. I also think if you don't get that before you go to this event, but you're at the event and something like, hey, like, get your shit and get out of here, then get your shit and get out of there. I told you guys before, if you follow, if you subscribe, the ex best friend and I, the last time I was with her, I was taking care of her in the evening. I was supposed to like help her eat and give her a shower, get her into bed, take her to the bathroom, all that kind of stuff, because she's handicapped. I've said this before. People probably don't believe me. It doesn't matter. I went there to take care of her, as I did many times in my life. Even as a child, I was taught how to take care of her. When I tell you she had me on my knees, And she was saying all these kinds of crazy things about how like I was hers and she was never going to let me leave, and just like dominatrix type stuff, but also just kind of like evil, like the look in her eye. I still to this day like cannot describe it other than to say it was demonic. It was evil. Like there was nothing good in that stare, in that gaze. Like when I think about how she looked to me in that moment, like I didn't even picture her as my best friend. When I tell you that God literally said, "Grab your shit and get out of here," like I was kneeling in front of her. She always has this little table off to the side, a wooden table, kind of like a dining room table, but small. She would always park her chair there and, play on her phone and do whatever, look through magazines, puzzles, makeup, whatever she was doing. I had my water bottle from work sitting there. I had my keys there, and my bag was by the door. When I tell you, like God literally said to me, "Get your shit and get get up off your knees, get your shit and get the fuck out of there." I literally was looking at her, and then I looked at my water bottle and keys, and I looked at my bag, and I looked at the door, and I looked back at her, and as I looked back at her, I just automatically was getting up off my knees, reaching for the bottle, reaching for my keys, running for the door, grabbing the bag, flinging open the door. Her dog was chasing me. And I slammed the door behind me in the hopes that the dog wasn't going to get caught in there. And I ran up her little backyard of her condo, ran up the hill around the tree, ran to my car, got in my car, shaking hysterically, got in the car, turned on the car, got the hell out of there, started crying at the light. Because you pull out of the development, you go to the end of the street, you hit the light, you go either right or left. And I started crying at the light, and I cried all the way to my parents. I had to drive to my parents to pick up a package I had delivered there. I cried all the way there. Because I think in my deepest thought, like my subconscious thoughts, like I already knew that was the last time I was ever going to see her. And that was the last time I ever saw her. I talked to her 3 times after that on the phone, through text actually. And that was it. Yeah. Yep. But when I tell you that God was like, "Get your shit and get the fuck out of here," I got my shit and I got the fuck out of there. So if you go to some event, some party, and something inside you is raging at you to leave, then leave. Leave. Even, listen to me. Here's the thing. We all get tested with intuition. We all get tested. You could literally go to this party to enjoy the music, hang out with your friends, whatever, get free food, get free drinks, whatever. And God says, "Hey, get out, get your stuff, get in your car, go home." And you do it. And the next day you get a text message from your friend like, "Hey, you left early, you missed it. The dog threw up in the bathroom." When I tell you that that doesn't matter, like even if this text message, like I just said, is about something so inconsequential as a dog barfing in the bathroom, you listen to your intuition. Every time you listen to your intuition, it's going to get stronger and stronger, and it's going to be there for you when you really need it. Sometimes some things are a little bit of a test. Sometimes it's God just saying, "Okay, like get up and go. Like show me you can get up and go. Get up and go." And then the next time you hear your intuition, you really need it. Like you're in the middle of a situation and God's like, "Okay, there's going to be a fire. You need to go." Always listen to that intuition, always. Even if you find out later on something happened and it wasn't a big deal at all, it doesn't matter. Always listen to that intuition, always. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I know it really wasn't much of a love oracle. Again, the party could be friends, family, with a lover, something like that. Honestly, I just feel like somebody probably needed to hear this. I feel like messages like this come out because somebody needed to hear it. Somebody is going to go through this. So, again, hope it resonates. I hope everybody has a lovely evening, and I will talk to you later.